What?
Hello and welcome to Ken and Will. Oh, wait, sorry, I had to interrupt. Breaking news. The green M&M has new boots.
The green M&M has new boots?
Yeah.
Dear God,
Also,
what color are the green M&M's boots? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Breaking
Okay.
news coming in. The red M&M has since stolen the green M&M's boots.
Anyways, pay no attention to the Nestle child slavery lawsuits that are literally happening right now at the exact same time. But the M&M's too sexy? What? The social justice? I'm so excited for this game because I feel like this is just gonna be like the point where it's like I feel like there's like some political tensions. You know, you're not necessarily a political person. You know,
No,
make
I'm
that
not
your
super
life. But I make no effort to hide. I'm a little bit of a lefty, and people always accuse the left of being censorshipy because, to be fair, there's a subset of them that really are.
Yeah.
And then there's other subsets that hate those subsets, and then there's other subsets that form out of oppositions or ideological splits from those subsets, and that's why the left doesn't do anything.
The way politics works.
Anyway, so I'm not really a censorshipy lefty. I'm more of a policy lefty.
Yes.
So we get to be angry at censorship together this time.
Yeah, it's great. So, yeah, let's just launch it. Honestly, I've been so excited for this game for so long.
Yep, like prepping for this, you messaged me. You're like, is it okay if we like interrupt Oblivion for like a one-off? It's like, oh no, please do. Oblivion is gonna be so long. Like borderline, we might want to have like it alternating with another game because like it's gonna be a haul.
Yeah. So this is my recommendation for another game because I am so excited for this game. This game has been like in early access for like a couple of years. So excited for it. And the best part about this is I literally used to do this during high school. I used to do broadcasting. Okay, that's a bit loud than what I was expecting. Oops. So yeah, this is a game all about corporations and corporate broadcasting and the standards of corporate broadcasting, and trying to make a successful show while also obeying the censors and doing what the studios and different secret underground organizations want you to do.
Oh, excellent.
So this is going to be our thing. As you can see, there's a show that's currently ending there.
Hi,
and,
David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through.
Oh, good. They have good subtitles.
David,
yeah.
Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but
I like the November calendar. It's very nice.
You're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not
It's
hard.
the election,
I'm going to stay on
correct?
the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room.
It's
so
not
if you're
necessarily
doing it
the
already,
election.
look
It's
forwards
just
towards all
like
those screens.
we're
Look
running
over
the
top.
news tonight.
That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the
Right,
viewers
so this is
going
our
up
audience. We want it high.
down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of
I
seconds
saw a
behind the
goat in a
master
trench
screen
coat.
there in the middle. That's the one you
Suzanne's
control.
Ant Care for
Now,
Outside.
small
Like, this game
screens
is
on the
entirely
left show the
tongue-in-cheek, and
different
it's
signals
exactly
coming
what I
from
want
the
it to be.
studio. And you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on
Yep.
the vision mixer at the bottom left.
God, this is
Don't
going to be
worry,
so
I'll
nostalgic
talk
for
you
me.
through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left.
Like, oh my god, I used to run so many different things.
See, we didn't have that at our school. We just had like AV, like audio rigging and like putting the projectors up.
Yeah.
So I never ran the system at all. I just plugged shit in.
Yeah, the teacher that I had was kind of like super stickler for everything. Oh, we can turn the fan on too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, if we need to cool down that. Oh, wait. Okay.
You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show.
But yeah,
before us.
so he had a very basic like setup of like toolkit, but basically whenever he got money, he was like, "All right, we're doing this. We're buying this equipment. We're buying all this." He was so ready for everything, And I basically took all of that equipment and
You can see a load of
looked at
video tapes
everything,
on
was
the
like,
left.
yes,
They're
this is
your
what we're doing.
adverts. Pick any three and
Okay,
load
so
them into
do
the
we want
machines on the
popular
right. When
sportsman
you've
Johnny
done that,
Ham
look
Sleeves
up to the
exercise
front
video for healthy housewives? That sounds like a thing that we want. That sounds good. How about subscribe weekly to enjoy this mouth-watering reading experience?
That seems a little.
Crazy Nell's pre-Christmas crazy comfy chair sale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's definitely what we wanted. So come to Bumley. Oh, okay, so we got 14 seconds to find another one. Alan James is soon getting a medium-sized volume.
Load
There we
the
go.
ads. The broadcast is starting soon. Right, quick as you can. Select screen one.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next thing is going to be to throw to the news titles on screen two. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans
So now we
everywhere
just kind of watch
celebrate
and see what
popular
happens.
footballer
And we're
Johnny
going to be
Ham
switching
Sleeves
things around.
wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie.
I love these
And, of
names
course,
so
what's
much.
They're
going
so
on to
good.
Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling
Okay, so
party
they got the countdown
have to
for
say
that.
on their
We need to
historic
switch a
day.
camera to.
Button two in three, two, one. Lovely, mate.
Boom.
Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button one.
And
when
you can
that
see that he's
glow
like
in the
getting
middle
his makeup done in
shrinks
between
down
shots.
and vanishes.
So you could genuinely like switch over to him right now while he's getting his makeup done.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like you could switch over to him while he's having some like rant about shit. It's great.
Here it comes. Switch to screen one. Now. Lovely, mate.
The
Boom.
votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom right. Use that slider that's flashing, or your scroll wheel to move the wave up and down, keeping the green bit in the white bit.
But critics
I
have
did not do
accused it
that.
of a severe lack of actual policies and of
Hurry up, mate. We're losing audience. Little knob or scroll wheel.
defeat to Advance's
Okay, this is gonna be
mandate,
very
but have yet to
annoying.
appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary
Right, it's
I'll
going
try to pay
well.
attention to
All
what's
we
actually
gotta do
being
now
said
is
by the
make
Yeah,
guy.
you pay attention to what's being
Make
said
sure
because
you
I
don't
won't
play
be
too
able
early
to.
or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches zero, press one of the
Okay,
three
okay,
flayed
His
adverts
commentary
over there
is
at the
so
bottom
good
right.
because
When
it's
the audio play the
completely
first one
vague,
and the first
but
break,
deeply,
so you can
scathingly
play with any audio
specific.
you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
to hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And three, two, one, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy.
Okay, we're playing at it.
To fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Wanker Snatch.
Personal
And then you get Johnny Ham Sleeves, and you're not fat, but you are. But don't worry, ladies. Now you have me. Like we could
I'm
switch
deeply
over.
uncomfortable with your
We
being
can hear it.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multi-cam sequence.
Okay,
'cause
I'm
you're gonna
definitely
be
gonna
cutting
need your help for the
between multiple
multi-cam.
cameras to keep things
All right.
interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's three good rules of thumb.
So,
Try and keep the
what's your
shot
focus
on
gonna be?
whoever is doing the talking.
I'll take the other.
board. I'm basically
Don't
down
stay on the
here.
same
You
shot
can be
for
up
too
here.
long. 10 seconds at the most.
All right.
So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television.
The guy is just like all
Make it
pissed
look
off
like those.
immediately.
Might as well get screen one selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try
Like we
and
could
stay
just be on
ahead,
this,
mate.
dude.
Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
He's so fucking mad.
10 seconds, everybody.
Boom,
He's-
do we
he's
start
getting
on one or
tempo.
two?
He said start on one.
5, 4, 3.
It's pretty much always start on one.
So let's follow
Welcome back to
names.
the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first,
Get
up,
ready to go to
National
Megan on
reporter
screen
Megan
4.
Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan,
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture
So you can see the sort of
correspondent,
colors
and
of like
today I
where
have a guest
interests
who starred
are.
in everything.
So we can sort of like
Shakespeare,
switch back here.
Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she
Like-
says his
joined
name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much
Let's
for
zoom in
coming.
on.
Oh my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you.
Maybe a reaction shot.
Today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
There you
May
can
I
go
say
like
having
that.
you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which
I
is called The
screwed that up.
Medicated.
There
The
we go.
medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that
Okay,
like?
there we go. They're switching
Well,
around a
as
little
I
bit.
said
There
to
we go.
Peter at the wrap, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He's a wonderful chap, he really is. I've worked with
I
him
refuse.
on several movies, all time.
Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
He calls him
Wow,
Thunder
right this has
Twat.
been. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Okay, there's nothing really going
That
on
is
over here, so that's
fantastic.
pretty
And
good.
am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my
Oh, that's a
last
good reaction.
starring
Oh, yeah. Just like,
Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that was the true story of one soldier.
Been on that show a bit long.
shut the fuck up. I know what I'm doing.
Love, of course.
I don't like this dude. He annoys me
I
already.
think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you
Think we get a
score 2
reaction?
Best Actor awards, if I remember
Technically, it's
correctly.
like
So sweet
you're
of you to
allowed
mention
a
it, but I really am not
12
in it
seconds,
for
not
the
10
awards,
seconds.
Although those
Okay.
3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
This guy's such a
Beautiful
douche.
question.
Such a douche.
Like you,
I think we go to the reaction fraud for his loot.
Yeah,
Or the
let's go to
fraud.
wide.
and I will.
Yeah,
lead.
why? That's it.
And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it?
Let's get a reaction and then him.
Bleeding, giving, suffering. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference. in us.
Let's go back to her for a little bit when he says something really poncy.
The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change. that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic
Let's go
election?
wide a little,
Yeah.
and then delay, and then him.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, now you're asking.
You're
Historic
fucking good.
election result. Indeed, historic is the
Let's
word.
get her a little bit for a second, and then go back to
Difficult,
him
isn't it?
for
Very
the diversification.
difficult.
Yeah.
I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics,
Maybe a
one
wide,
should always strive to
and then him for the word, I
not
think.
fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay,
Oh.
don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with
You
swearing in the
just,
brain.
you just click the censor bar. That's
I've
great.
swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen
amazing.
1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Alright, so we're switching to 1
Exciting stuff.
when they do the call away.
Oh, looks like Blunderclatch is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time
And
for that.
and then you could
There's more
switch to him
interference
like
coming.
yelling.
It's a bit trickier this time, mate. Use
She's so
that little flashing
fucking
joystick
sick
to
of
the
that.
left of the knob, or hold down your middle mouse or Alt on your keyboard, and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by dragging right.
You think I don't know that?
Now we're going to squash the frequency back by dragging left.
No, Liz, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Jubbly, mate.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time. Little joystick or hold Alt or middle mouse, and this time push upwards. Upwards, mate. Upwards.
But I didn't listen.
Oh.
Oh god, it's gonna have you do period and amplitude.
Yeah.
To see this.
Yeah.
Right, now let's match it
I'm so
back
glad I'm
by
not
going
playing this. This is
Yeah.
so overstimulating.
It's a lot, which is why I'm just like, alright, and this is why you're gonna be managing the top screens and just paying attention to the story.
This is the key.
Frankly, mate, you're lucky to
She
still be
literally
on
has
there.
marks from when
Maybe
he
get some
just
practice in.
fucking smacked her against a wall.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the
Okay, which one do we want to play? Crazy Nell or Ellen James? I think Crazy Nell was the one that we actually selected.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button or the spacebar on your keyboard for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down
Crazy
while the
Neil.
red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
I'm doing everything by eye. Absolutely everything by eye.
We got crazy! Crazy Neil's got crazy deals!
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
Really just said, God help whoever has to bleep this.
5, 4, 3.
Oh god. If there was someone bleeping us, it would be
Welcome
fantastic.
back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Go for it, Pat!
Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well,
He's got a
where
drink.
do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do
They
it.
certainly did.
They used every
Oh,
dirty,
yeah.
low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people,
Nice.
you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me.
Ooh, let's get a reaction from her.
Funny.
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say
this is
that
great.
Advance are not a political party.
Yeah, let's keep it off of him for a
When
second.
things are going well. When the
Just throw the
country
wide
is
shot a little
suffering,
bit
you don't
every
need a
now and
party.
then.
You can see him do the lean.
A team.
He's got the
that can shape
serious
things.
lean going
But
on.
today is
Look,
day 1.
Let's
of
get him doing a bit of a drunky.
a better
drunky
and
wobble.
fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitty
Someone's
pants
coming.
on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used
I
our
just
Oh, he's
love-
taking a drink.
powers
Taking a drink.
to pass the Acts of
Oh, I
Welfare.
missed it. Oh, my bad, my
Working with
bad.
the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of. Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping
We're
reform
almost
of
like
the tax
full on
system in this
interest.
country.
People fucking love us.
No more hiding wealth offshore. No
I just
more
wanna get a
trust
shot of this.
funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide.
Nice.
And earlier
I'm
today,
great at that censor bar.
we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine.
I want to get a shot of her horrified.
First, you're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Advance are
I
going
just
to
really
turn
wanted
this
that shot of her
country from a nation
looking
of warring
horrified for a
individuals
moment there.
into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us
You could
all.
also cut back to the studio,
Yeah.
which is hilarious.
Billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret
Ready?
shite. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
so they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been, in the hands of the people who created
come on,
it.
let's-
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow,
I'm waiting for him to
we'll
have
start
one
making
last
it
fucking
better.
I know,
rant.
right? Me too.
Just like
I'm
you
waiting for
promised
him to have
me.
like one
And
rant where he
Sunday,
just starts
ladies and
mentioning
gents,
immigration.
Just you'll get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language.
It's so frustrating hearing that
Hopefully we
rhetoric
got
too,
that picked
because
up for
like
you in time. If
it
not,
is such a subjective
someone's
thing to
gonna be
say,
in
like,
trouble.
oh, the people.
Yeah.
What people?
So, as
What
we
people?
Because,
What
like,
people are you
from the
talking about?
government, that's all from us this
There's a
evening
big
at the
difference
National
between, you know,
News.
all people and, you
We'll be
know,
back tomorrow.
the
Full
people.
coverage
The
of
real
first day
people.
The
under
real
Advance.
people.
The true
I'm Jeremy
people.
Donaldson. Have a
Our
peaceful-
people. There's quiet marching music that starts to play.
Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Now I have the job.
Is this some
Wonderful.
weird
This is not a dream. This is reality. This is the story of you and how you're stupid and asleep. It's about how you were promised the Elysian Fields, but you ended up filleting Satan for the salty crumbs. It's happening here.
Filleting Satan.
Happening now. And
You
it's
ever
all
just
happening
have those
right
days where you
in front
wake
of
up and, you know,
I'm Alan
filleting
James.
Satan?
Alan James is one of the country's most controversial columnists and speakers.
And they're going to take your poor sweet grandma, and you're never going to see those dribbling dentures
Oh god, there's a
again.
challenge room.
Look at
Yeah.
their faces.
When the programme's
Okay.
finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3 pages. This first page shows you how well the broadcast went.
We did great on that last sequence.
Overall grade.
Excellent.
Remember, grades mean bonuses. And
I do think that we gotta slot ourselves in. Do you
Yeah.
like the idea of like bored and
continue to move to the next page.
I feel like if I'm gonna have to influence things, it's either because we do a funny or because we're sleazebags.
Yeah. It's one of the two. It's one of the two.
Shows you the financial state of our
Oh yeah, look, we got the Illuminati in here.
fucking shares your cleaner, for God's sake, so why would you care?
Oh, we got, you know, all of the parties. It's great.
Current wealth, broadcast poor.
Yeah.
This is the last page,
Yeah.
and it tells you the state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other
Oh,
words,
Channel 1
the boss
fucking
thinks.
loves us. And the world is kind of ignoring us a
The
little bit.
archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looks.
There is so much fucking comedy that you can put in editing.
Oh god, yeah.
I'm so fucking okay. I'm actually gonna go off and
Over on the left, that's all the broadcast.
Yeah.
stretch real quick.
Click
Take a
on any one
piss.
of them and hit load
Yep.
tape.
Is coffee hot now?
Finish loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
I like my coffee hot.
But it
Better
might
get a
wanna be
coffee
hot.
pot. Well, I gotta go piss. Gotta go piss.
Okay, have fun. Remember to mute your mic. Okay, I just want to... Okay, no, never mind.
Right,
Well,
click on rushes and let's have a look at those.
okay, I have no idea what rush
This
is.
is the rushes room. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a
So we
listen
can
to
see
the
what
stuff
was
you
going
want
on
the
during
lab to
the
show.
interview while
Select
we
the
were running
broadcast and
different
give it a go.
ads.
And when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
I see.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right. I think they think you won't have anything to say.
Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a huge day. It's not.
Just absolutely destroying that.
I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do one beastly interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off.
Hello.
You're on thin
Hey,
bloody ice,
you can
Rob.
look at all of the things
Whole
again.
wheat, man. Whole
Oh
wheat.
man.
You got them a whole
much
week
we
We're
already
coming
seen.
back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody.
The fucking finger.
The fucking finger.
Alright. Got a back brace on.
You got the back brace on? Alright.
I'm
You know what?
making my
I think
spine make horrible noises that the camera can't hear.
that's good. You love it when your spine makes cracking noises, but not loud enough for the mic to pick it up. The loading tip guy is off today, so there isn't one. Like, there isn't really anything you could really do as, like, a tip. You have to pay attention to fucking everything in this game. It's basically a practice of how well are you able to split your focus. Like, honestly, I have no idea what the fuck they were talking about during that election. That election conversation, I heard, like, for the people, and then every time the dude swore. And that was basically it. Alright, so we get a letter. So, it's a form for a new advanced government, asking for information on all citizens. Okay. Rest of the questions are left for you to complete. Alright. So,
good.
Upon starting a new job, you would do what? Ease yourself in and orientate yourself to the new workplace? Probably. That's probably what I would do.
Yeah. I'm really curious as to how they're trying to put advanced together, because, like, it seems very much like it goes with the usual, like, populist, vague idea of, like, the people, the people, the people.
The people.
And, like, it seems like she's very much like the, you know, the policy, like, intellectual arm of the party being like, of course, and this is how we are going to try and, you know, advance the best interests in our citizens. And he's, like, the one dude who shouldn't be in charge, but is.
Yeah.
With, like, a whole bunch of internal biases and, like...
Yeah. Oh,
okay,
God.
number
So,
2.
A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they are taking home confidential information. Now a file of minor importance has gone missing. You will... probably recommend the colleague reports it.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. But, like, dude's an idiot. Shouldn't be doing that. Alright, moving on. Like, I'm not gonna tell him the person, but, like, probably turn it in.
Alright, so an entire department was burned for consistent underperformance. A new set of targets have been put in place that are way higher than the previous ones. What do we do? Leave work on time, stay late to ensure the first deadline, leave work early and talk about the changes, or leave work early and head home to see your family.
Well, I always leave work on time. Fuck staying late. Fuck that. No. And leave early, well, that's just an excuse for you to get fired too, and that's never good.
We all love to fucking throw ourselves into something, but that's why you need pet projects, because if you just do that with your real job, you more or less make it the standard that everyone else has to do that shit.
Yep.
So you're there like a young 20-something with no hobbies and no personality going, I will serve the boss now, please give me your boot to lick.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, you put in 80 hours all overtime, and now like everyone else who's like, I'm trying to set up a small business on the side. Oh, I'm trying to run streams. Oh, I have kids that need to go to daycare.
Yeah.
Then they are slowly being pushed to that standard and being compared to that employee.
Yep. So, it's the annual company barbecue, and you and your family have been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying a nice day out with your friends and family. You are washing your hair that day. You go if you're free, but wouldn't mind missing it. You have been practicing with your coworkers and think you'll win the talent contest this year.
Go if you're free, wouldn't mind missing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind missing it. I've missed so many company gatherings, I do not care.
Oh, I think I figured out what advance is. They are... Okay, so... Not to get super political, but how the fuck do we not get political?
How do you not get political?
How do you not get political?
That is the whole reason why I brought this game to your attention.
Yes,
because I knew this would be a game that could hook you.
So, talking about Marxism.
Yeah,
Now,
go on.
people love to quote the guy, but important caveat, That was written in the fucking 1800s. When he talks about seizing the means of productions, he means you and your 20 buddies take, like, flintlock rifles you use for hunting deer, take over a single small factory, and repel waves of police.
Yeah.
That's what they mean. They do not mean that in the mechanized reality. That's not possible. But what they did talk about is that, like, there's basically two phases. One of them is when you seize the means of production, and then one is when you re-release them. And so what Stalin did, what Mao did, and what basically all of the shitbags that ever acted under the banner of communism have ever done, is they do that first stage, and then go, you know what? I like being the only boss. I think I'm just going to declare myself the people now, because you gave me everything, and it's just mine.
It's just mine.
This seems like someone who basically was like, yeah, of course, we, the people, will all be working together, but secretly it's like this horrific startup culture, like now the entire country is just a business led by the government, like China.
Yeah. Oh, fucking fantastic. So, Will, you've had a long and successful career, and now you're about to retire.
Oh wow, this is a fantasy, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, right? So, in your speech, do you list all of your achievements and good memories you have working there, or give an honest review of the pros and cons of the company, focus on issues and challenges you faced while working there, or do you just refuse to attend?
Issues and challenges. Because I feel like genuinely, if you're retiring, the best thing you can do is tell the people behind you.
Yeah, what they're in for.
Especially, like, but you also can't just tell them what to do. You have to tell them what you did and when, because then it illuminates what's different between then and now as well.
Yeah. So in your spare time, you like to relax alone, doing things like listening to music and making models. You attend political rallies and stand up for what you believe in. You encourage.
But no, I don't believe anything. I am a happy employee.
Haha. I play with my local sports team. Go sports team. I think I have to choose that one. Now that made me happy.
You know what? Yeah, let's do it.
We play with local sports team. Your ideal holiday getaway would be surrounded by natural beauty, getting away from the strain of the daily grind, exploring somewhere unfamiliar, discovering new experiences and challenges, a structured day at a theme park bursting with thrills and attractions for you and your family, a romantic getaway with your partner to a tropical island paradise. Can I go with all the above? That sounds...
Yeah.
Like...
See, the thing is, if you mix the wrong ones, you'll die, right?
True.
Theme park and unfamiliar with new challenges, that's deadly. That's deadly.
That's deadly. You're right, yeah.
Tropical island with unfamiliar, also deadly.
Yeah.
Natural beauty and unfamiliar, also deadly.
True. Anything mixed with the unfamiliar is basically deadly. I would like to be surrounded by natural beauty, getting away from the
same.
strain of the daily grind. It is most important that the government keeps people safe, free, happy, or equal. Kind of going with equal on this one. Even if it makes it a little bit shittier. But like,
well, that's the thing. Is the assumption
all of these?
But also, why is equal separate? Why is the assumption that you will be unequally happy, unequally free, or unequally safe?
Yeah. Like, if we choose equal, then everyone is unequally safe. Yeah, unequally free, unequally
Honestly,
happy.
the equal is probably the galaxy brain, just because if everyone's equal and they're not safe, free, or happy, they'll fix things.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they'll bond over it and realize what the problems are.
Alright, galaxy brain. Nobody gets any rights.
Equal, you just have a problem someone else probably doesn't have.
And sign our name on the advanced questionnaire.
And now they're going to sort us.
Yes, we have been sorted. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up your favorite coffee mug, a worn-out souvenir from your first trip together. The print's faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. A knock at the window brings you back to reality.
Who knocks on a window?
I have no idea. I'm assuming that since this is Britain, your kitchen is basically like right there, and the person like saw you and just kind of went da da da.
Sam. Sam's our partner, right?
Yes. So there is a garden clutching. There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let them in, they sit on the kitchen table, visibly stressed. Chris takes a deep breath. I'm so sorry for bursting in so late, Alex. Chris stammers, but I need a favor, and you're the only one I can ask.
I think we just say no problem, what's going on.
Yeah, that's super non-committal, and also just the way to progress the conversation.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Hey, Chris.
So you must have seen all this crazy advanced stuff. The Assets and Wealth Act, they're calling it. Taking people's hard-earned money to fund the lazy. It's bullshit. Never seen Chris this agitated. I'm not saying the top 1% or whatever don't have stupid money, Chris adds hastily, but they can afford it. People like me, we're gonna lose everything. That's awful, but I'm not sure how I can help. We're always the well-off one in the family, or I'm sorry, but taking from the rich to help the poor doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah, I think we have to point out the fact that, buddy?
Oh, there's the goofy face on the mug.
Yeah, like, that's awful, but I'm not sure how I can help. You are always the well-off one, you know?
Yeah, okay. They're going to take everything, Alex. Everything I've spent my life building. Can't let that happen. I need a favor. Chris's eyes find the floor tiles. That's a weird way of wording this. I need to borrow your passport. My passport.
Oh, why?
I don't feel like I'm gonna like this.
Yeah.
They've taken mine and half the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look similar. So, Chris is pacing now. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe. Me and my money.
Ugh.
My money. SpongeBob, me boy, I need your passport. Once I'm out of the country, me and my money will be safe.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but no. I wish they had it as an option, but, like, you are not taking my fucking identity just to... Because if you do that, you're burning me and leaving me behind here in worse circumstances.
Yeah, surely there's another way. That can't
You're
be
literally
that
just trying to fucking eat me.
Yeah, you're literally trying to destroy us. Chris's mouth falls open. You're joking, right? I've always done right by you and Sam. I've treated your kids like they were my own. We're family. Does that mean nothing to you?
Okay, I'm still annoyed that they don't have a third option, which is like...
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's against... okay, it's against the law. We'll use that excuse.
Yeah. Fine, I'll solve this myself, Chris spits. So much for family loyalty, eh? Grabbing the neon... the neon fluorescent suitcase, Chris disappears into the night. You go back to the dishes, picking up Sam's cup again. The peeling face now seems to bore into you. The knot in your stomach tightens. Why is he asking us?
I have met so many of these people who are like, oh, what about family? What about family? They never do shit for you. Yeah. They offer you, like, love bombing gifts occasionally if they think you aren't loyal enough, and then all they do is fucking take.
Yeah.
Also, these people are so often being like, what, you can't have an opinion? But they will not let you hold an opinion without going into a full screen. You know?
Yeah. But also, like, talking about family loyalty doesn't even bring it up with Sam. Just immediately starts pressuring me to do it.
Yeah.
Like, no.
First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts.
Okay, what do we got today?
You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your
Should we play this? Is this toy safe? Mr. Snugglechugs. Remy Smith's must-have toy for your child this Christmas. We got more Alan James. And then we got Oh, we already did those ones. Should be played. All right. Introducing Advanced Go-Getters Teen Team.
Oh, we have to put that in.
An elegant new skin cream with a porky little. Oh, I need to see what that is.
Let's check this one. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna Google something really quick so I actually check if I know what I'm talking about.
It's always good to double check that you know what you're talking about.
Vision Mixer's already in headline mode because headlines.
That's what it was.
It's really simple, mate. These two buttons at the bottom of the Vision Mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here.
Oh, we get to choose which one we show.
This little clock here will count down the number
That's what
of
it was.
seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that
So
time, you're fine.
that like
And you can
global
change
teen
your mind as
initiative
much as
reminds
you
me
want until
of there's a
the
thing
reach
called
is zero.
Teen
Don't
Challenge,
make any
which is
decision.
a
You'll be
like
fired
they
before
call it
you
Global
get
Teen
make another
Challenge. It's a
choice.
Christian faith
I just
initiative.
wanna say one more thing.
And I forget what they
Pictures you choose
call
to
it.
show these people.
Right, it's supposed to
That's
be
how the public
addiction
is gonna
rehab, but
perceive them, and
basically
that's gonna
they're
affect
like
their lives.
conversion
So, like
therapy
with the
camps
adverts,
and like
choose carefully.
serial abuse camps, and like when you look into it, they're more or less just like torture camps for disobedient children.
Is this challenge you think
And the whole thing is just like, hey, come send your teens to Teen Challenge.
Okay, so we get a headline system. Basically, it's how the public will perceive us, and you'll need to choose by a specific time, and you're gonna choose A or B depending on what's in that headline there.
Our main headlines tonight.
Okay.
So I'll be leaving it to you
At the end of
which
Advance's
one I
first
click.
full week in office,
Okay.
we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold.
Let's make him
with
look
a leading
funky.
economist and
Number
radical
2.
thinker.
What? You, don't say.
What?
Don't say like number 2. Don't say let's make it look funky and then pause. I need to click a thing.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. You started the thing and I was Googling something.
It's like, yeah, we just straight up lose if we don't decide in a certain amount of time.
We both got to be paying attention at the same time.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, we got everything in there. Everything's on. Cool. Yeah, so it's A or B, and we
Okay,
have,
it's A or B.
and this
God.
clock shows our time.
It's like I go over here and I'm like finishing a story and you're like, all right, pick. I'm like, what? And I see two things next to each other. I'm like,
Also, when you said let's make them funky, I looked at both and I'm like, I have no idea which one that's supposed to be.
Okay. In advance, it's gonna be B.
Okay.
When it explodes, going in 5, 4, 3.
At least now you have you have a moment to see what I mean by
Good
funky.
evening.
Yeah.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight: Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office,
Okay, so
we
you want
ask
B.
exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing
we're
what
locked
the
in
new
on B.
future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking
It
my
looks so
guests
red.
if we're on the way to a new future.
Right?
Out with the old.
All right.
Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO.
I like the gambling
in
one.
history.
The
Sophia
gambling one is
Remington
great.
has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honors.
We gotta unhorse Mr. Yelly Drinky. I think she's fully fucking complicit, but he's
Oh,
definitely.
100%. He's definitely a problem,
This
though.
afternoon, Sophia announced
She will be
that
less
her
effective without him, hopefully.
Yeah.
Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg and Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's taint.
Dante's
The recently
taint.
discovered tow system was
Okay, let's do
previously
A.
thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater FLARD technology, the pair hope to
FLARD?
successfully reach the imposing
Oh yeah, it was brought up
and the
way
undiscovered
earlier
plant
on.
species
Okay.
contained. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, Rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest.
Oh yeah, B.
The footballer was caught while out celebrating
Spotted
being
leaving a
named
club.
Sports Personality of the Year last week. As
We can
reported
make him a
by
celebrity
his
or a fucking disaster.
And judging from the anger and velocity of that spray, it looks like Johnny may have been celebrating a little bit too much. I certainly wouldn't want to be his
Amazing.
And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should
Position
we
on
actually be?
crime?
I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every
Hey.
perspective. With more and more powers passing
Imposing
to
at the very least.
and less
Yeah.
oversight.
It was
I'll
ticking
use
down.
your
I was trying to get context, but it's like, okay, if I'm not gonna have the context, it's at least be against broad militarization.
Yeah.
Assets and
Okay,
wealth
we
act
need to switch to
firsthand.
3.
They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh, what's happening?
Oh, we're doing this thing again.
Yeah.
I guess this is to keep you interested while the other stuff kind of goes.
Yeah. Oh, amplitude.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we start on 1 and then move to 2 when we can.
Okay, that's locked. Yep. Oh. My bad. I didn't.
In the wake of the government's
My bad.
enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office.
Oh, we might
and what
want to
the
be ready on the
future
censor
holds.
bar.
Joining me
Yeah.
are Katie Brightman, a
Okay, let's
leading
go 2.
economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan,
Back
the
to-
government
oh,
certainly haven't
4.
dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there.
Nice one.
Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan.
It's all in
Ooh,
my
back
book.
to him.
Alan James is right.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect ad.
Become
Yeah.
the herd. Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or
Okay,
perhaps
we need to
Advance
start
have just
favoring her.
realised that
Yeah,
if we carry
yeah.
on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy
Back to
on
her,
our poor broken
reacting.
backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? How do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're
Okay,
watching
back to her.
I
carefully.
fucking
Advance are
love
most
this.
disruptive
Let's go
threat to
2
world
and then
power
back to her
since
again
the
before
last
she finishes
Great War.
talking.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And
what
this will not be a war like we've ever
just
seen
gonna go to
before.
the-
We're talking millions
Let's
of
go
deaths.
to the
We're
presenter
talking
as
high-tech
he's
weapons that can level
shilling his
entire
book.
cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you
Okay,
away...
be
to
ready
their
on the
camps
censor
for
bar.
hypno-brainwashing,
This guy's not
we'll be
far.
laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is
Let's go to
dead.
the presenter.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people.
Let's go on her for a
Maybe
while
they've
while he's
rebranded,
ranting.
but it's all a little circus act to
Hold.
keep us from seeing the tyrant
Hold.
behind the curtain.
That's where you're
3.
wrong, Alan. Your
Oh,
states
fuck.
have mobilised the youth vote
Perfect.
like we've never seen before.
You say mobile,
Oh, that was
I
good.
call it grooming.
She was so
Grooming
pissed.
of an entire generation
Oh, presenter?
happily
And then back
into
to him.
eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your
I think we have to do PETA. Oh,
Wealth Act is
No, we
only
don't
oh,
have
you're
to.
allowed to say that.
Yep.
So it's not like
Advance
it's
have
not
a
like
historic
YouTube and
budgetary
Twitch.
surplus.
Yeah,
As well as
great.
properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them
Back
in
to
my
him.
book,
Presenter
Every
and then
single
back
time.
to him.
Every single freaking time he brings out the
Get back to
book.
issue at hand, please, Alan.
the issue. It's all coming from the
Yeah, I
water.
think we have to
The
get that
chemicals,
chain of
there's
slam
full
down
of billions.
reaction shot.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power
Ooh,
after
present her
spending
for a
half
little
of our
bit and then back to
GDP
her.
on dismantling
And then he'll
infrastructure,
talk soon,
that could
surely.
be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change.
Let's
but
go
we
to
need
him,
be cautious.
like the broad for a
Let's walk
second, and then
forwards
back to
with
her.
our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie
Okay.
Brightman,
Advanced
thank you
go-getters.
for
Let's
joining
do
me.
this.
When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight. On the
You
National
really are
TV.
able to like selectively use the group shot in order to isolate people.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Very
really are.
effectively.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in
How
my
much you being
life.
paid?
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
Okay. With a vast range of activities available, building the nation's future has never been so
Bloody hell, I love this tune though. Alright, mate, see you later, bye!
That dude is so useless to us.
I've said a bit of word in, that's all I can do.
march towards progress. There's nothing better than moving it forward. Oh yeah, this is
Oh yeah.
this is some hard, like, national corporate tanky shit.
Oh yes.
We're going to be
I know
taking
this
a
video.
deep
This is
dive into
great.
the state of law and order in
Oh,
our
good.
country. Advance have already tasked what they are
Fuck
calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list.
Doing pretty
Tonight,
good.
we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system.
It's going
every day
up.
of their
It's
lives.
going up.
Since when does it go up?
Okay, okay, it caught.
A
Cool.
lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line.
Oh good. We're gonna be able to get stuff in the background.
Yes.
Got you, Jeremy. Thanks for
Welcome to Zoom
What's
calls.
it like on the front line of the hard face with a cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy.
Let's go back to him for a
Something
second.
done at
Oh,
a
fuck.
systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers.
You're gonna have to tell me to change if I need to.
We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at
Ooh,
my
go to
office.
presenter. Let's milk this. Milk it for all it's worth.
No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
Let's go back to Jeremy Donaldson for a sec.
To relieve
Look
the
at him.
pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next time, John,
And then he's in the
Chief
background,
Constable
and
Bob
he'll
Pearl,
like we could
a
switch
man with
over
a
to
very
him.
different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our
Something's gonna be behind
lost
that
touch
curtain.
with what it means to be a
Moral
citizen.
decay. Oh yeah, this guy's gonna be up to some fucked up shit.
Oh yeah.
Vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have
Let's
banned
get a reaction shot a
And
little.
to what do you attribute this moral decay?
foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible.
Yep. There's the yikes. Yep. There's the background.
Oh, let's get a reaction shot and then back.
As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral
Yes.
decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. You go back in your gift
Let's get some
case.
reaction.
You go
Whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, you simply won't do. Naughty, naughty, naughty boy.
This hits so much
you
better
see a
in
little
2020.
bit of
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal.
let's get a little bit of his like
Everyone has a sob
face
story,
as he's
but
trying to
we
say
all
normal
are very
things.
silly. Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality.
Oh, go back to him.
Good boy.
Look, I spoke to
It's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison.
Oh my god, happy birthday, Tony.
Burglary and menacing a swat. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Got him.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank
Go back
Tony.
to him for a second.
Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against
Oh, this
institutionalization,
is so
as you can
good.
imagine.
I love this game
And obviously,
so good.
Titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Goodbye, guys.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel
Let's
the
hold
time
on
spent
for
in
a
prison
second before the
helped
cut.
to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving
I
custody,
feel like
have
this
you been able
news
to find a
anchor,
new job?
just every single day, it just needs to be like, dear God.
And Vampire Chris.
Fucking vampire.
Yep. 1 sec, love.
Let's get a reaction.
Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
So,
There's a clown.
I'm sorry, who's this guy?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh.
Okay, let's get some reaction.
We've caught you at a bad time.
Yeah.
Like, he looks so fucking done.
It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony. No, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we...
So good.
Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How does this happen, Tony? Can you hear
Let's
me?
get some shots of the party here.
Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there, Ricky. Hopefully you, the viewer at home...
None of
have
these
actually been
interviews
brought
went well
understanding of the
today, and I
serious
feel like the
and
anchor's just
complex
like,
issues around
Jesus
law and order.
fucking
Oh, this
Christ.
poor guy.
This fucking amateur hour shit.
We'll be back after these messages.
I almost forgot to play an ad.
Mate, I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you really
Strengthen your face.
music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that.
Oh good, now I have to do mixing?
Punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip: when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back.
Oh, her face is on fire.
10 seconds, everybody. Gonna open on Megan. Camera 2.
Ah, see?
Going in
Camera
5,
2. They told us to open on Megan.
3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf. And on
Welcome's
tonight's Welcome
Black.
Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people
What is the
from
camera
Switchfoot
one
Sixth Form
doing?
College who today received a grant from France to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start
do
with
4.
you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest.
I'm the older, more popular one.
Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
Let's get a little bit of her.
Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria.
Oh,
and I
a little
said,
bit of
"Hey,
the anchor?
let's actually do
Yeah.
something." so I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget.
I'll use the words anchor type wide.
Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Go to wide and hold it for a second.
Yeah, thanks.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history.
Okay, let's go to the
I
tight.
just think that when we travel around all these problem schools,
Okay,
and
let's get the
poor
anchor.
kids see us, they say, "Hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids," and that's a very beautiful and powerful thing.
Let's
We
tighten.
touch our audiences, and they touch us right back.
I suppose
Two.
with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife. Angela,
We lost the
and
good
I
line anyway.
Yeah, we
so-
lost the good one, yeah.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy to people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really
Let's go
matter.
with the anchor for a
And I think
second.
you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
Okay, here's where the music starts. Oh, this is gonna get
I
fucked.
play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's
Anchor.
you at home.
Oh,
or
yeah,
like,
anchor.
Maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really
Thanks,
important.
Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with
You gotta
the
get the
teacher while
maths.
you run off and get ready.
Look,
I
the
can't
guy
wait to
just
see
keeps
it.
staring at the camera.
That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grants?
2 days ago, a letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to
Let's
me.
get a little bit of her.
How? How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then, Harry and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny, because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very
Oh, wow.
political.
Okay, look at that.
I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic, mainly.
Let's break it up a little bit, get
We
some
did
of her
used to
before
watch
going
that
back to
Peter
him.
Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go at this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally
Huh?
Good stuff.
Fun line.
Brilliant.
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Start on one, I think. I don't know, 4? Yeah, 4.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
Oh, yeah, we gotta get that wall.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
I'm trying to keep the interest.
Hi, Gary.
Oh heavens, no! It's Gary the Fist.
Gary the Fist.
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning, but will this make me feel better about my violent
Let's get a little bit of
father?
3. Some of the...
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Let's do 2.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake.
Right. Maths is for losers.
Oh, I missed the censor,
Now,
no.
Give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you?
Let's get 2, nice and square.
Brilliant, keep going. Right, who are you to stand up to me? I, Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my 2 new friends. Vanessa is captain
Let's do
of the
2,
netball
get
team.
some wide.
Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
And then 1.
Oh, he owns a motorbike?
But I can't fight all 3 of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Let's do 3.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, this is the music, right?
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you.
3's a good shot right there. family performers have always creeped me out.
Yeah.
3 might be a good one there. Oh no.
Oh, I lost the room.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said
Oh, amazing.
girls can't rap? I ain't
4.
afraid of your cruel laps. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist.
We are at peak viewership. Like, maximum.
This is amazing. This is the shit that gets put on YouTube 10 years ago.
Hold 3 inappropriately.
Go.
Ooh, 1.
Hitting women is wrong.
4.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard.
Yeah, get the knee.
Yeah. Let's do 2 and keep it like uncomfortably long. 3 and then 4, like it's a mistake. One. And let's try and cut to Donaldson early if we can.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that
4.
was amazing.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night
2.
for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Dawson. Have a peaceful night.
Oh, that was brilliant!
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock. That doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an
Holy
adequate
shit.
check.
Oh, someone please get these cats out of my studio.
Oh dear God, that was good.
Oh, look at Mr. Snugglehugs. Apparently there's some problems with its heating up. It might just blow up. Alright. A+. Yes!
But now I gotta see the fucking the B-roll.
Oh, everyone loves this.
Everyone made money.
Everyone loves this on that one. Okay, so what do you want to see?
The rushes? Is that it?
Yeah, rushes is all of them.
Oh yeah, day 8.
Hey friendship, I guess is what it was. Okay, yeah, we need to fucking watch that back again. The guy that says like maths is cool, like the bully, was probably my favorite fucking thing in the entire thing. We've got freaking Alvin and the Chipmunks. Oh, I can speed it up even more. Perfect. Alright. I can go 8 times. Alright, perfect.
Because like I love seeing the shit in the studio while this goes on.
Oh yeah, I wasn't paying attention to any of that. I was having way too much fun. Because that's literally what I used to record in high school.
Bang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess
so
which way
me
you'll be
paying
voting
attention to
from
what
now on.
was
Do
going
you know
on
what? It's
is
funny
exactly
because
what
Angela and I
needed to
don't usually
happen.
vote. We're not very
That's exactly what I
political.
used to
I'm
do.
a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day.
I
so we
did a
thought,
recording
why not?
of
Let's have a go with this
Wizard
whole
of Oz.
democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we very well are.
And that's
Fucking
this
brilliant.
sort of like
So,
opening
let's have a
shit.
look at
This
a
is
short
all I
section
did.
of
Like
Hey,
opening on
friendship.
4 was exactly what I knew we needed to do. Like I did all of that. I used to tell people where
Dear
to put the
diary.
cameras while doing this.
I'm not sure I can take another day at this
Like I
school.
would just be like, all right, camera 4, pan
Another
up.
day of tears. Tears. Another day of
Tears.
fears. But still I walk
The
the corridors
timing.
alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner. What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner? Oh, hi Gary. Oh heavens!
I love the dude who's clearly so into it.
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning, but will this make me
I
feel
had
better
no
about my
idea what the fuck
violent
they were doing
father?
for the longest time.
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Little nod.
Yeah, little nod.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going for fuck's sake.
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
And why
Double
did
lunch
this
for me
network
today.
play this?
Why would they
truly
put
happy
this
when I
on the
meet him.
news?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean
Like,
not today?
it's
Who are
such
you?
a local broadcasting
My name's
shenanigans to put
Right,
this on the
who are
fucking
you to
news.
stand up to me? I, Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all
And then they're
alone.
like, yeah, she's an every girl,
That's where
sad
you're
little
wrong,
girl
Gary.
with clearly 2 gay
These
dads,
are my 2 new
saying the
friends.
person writing
Vanessa
this,
is captain of the
I'm
netball
not
team.
self-inserting
Yeah.
at all.
And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't
He looks
fight all
so
3 of you.
proud.
He's
And I
so
don't have
proud. I
friends of
love
my
this dude,
own.
but I love this dude more. He's my favorite. Okay, I don't think we need to see the actual.
Yeah, we don't need to see
We don't need to see that. We wanted to see that fucking play, because that was beautiful.
All right. Before we go into the next one, how you feeling? Not for like stream as a whole, just like generally.
I'm feeling pretty good.
All right.
How you feeling?
Well, now that the back brace has realigned my spine, I'm gonna mute the mic for a second while I reheat coffee and make a horrible Velcro ripping noise that no one on
All right, you
the
do
stream
that.
needs to hear.
I'll do the intro
right.
of the stream. God, I want to keep playing this game. They're so good. It's so good. It's just so... It's just so goofy. Like, they have these sections where clearly they're debating political ideologies in it and making a nonsense mockery of both sides, and then it's just that. And how do you fucking cope with the madness that is that? Oh god. Okay. Day 15. Alright. The late night. Drive home after another long shift. Find a note waiting for you on the countertop. You recognize Sam's hurried scrawl. Chris has been evicted for not
God, I'm
paying
right here.
rent.
Just give me a second.
It's okay.
I'm putting my headphones on. Ah, it's a late night.
Yep. So
Okay, it's a late night.
So Chris got evicted for not paying rent. Sam's gone to pick up Chris's stuff from the street. Don't wait up, he says. Underlined twice. So this is your fault now that this is happening.
Why was he not paying rent? How much
don't
money was
fucking
he
know.
hiding?
Yeah, like,
why
seriously.
would they be going for his money if he wasn't paying rent unless he's doing hella financial crimes, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm sorry, but if you can't afford to like pay your rent yet you're in the rich upper class,
Yeah.
you're not in the rich upper class. I'm sorry. While watching a shitty horror movie isn't the same without Sam. Just as you get to the good bit, the part where Candy decides to investigate alone your 14-year-old son interrupts. He wants to go to a friend's house. He looks at you in the way only a child can, pleading, but somehow defiant? You let him go as long as he promises to be home by 11. Tell Charlie no, he's not allowed to this late on a school night.
The thing is, I don't know Charlie, and 14 is an age where it really depends on
It's a real turning
responsibility.
point. Yeah. I'm inclined to say no, it's a late night, let's just cuddle up on the couch and watch a shitty horror movie.
Yeah.
Charlie's voice gets louder and louder as he sees you're not going to change your mind. You pretend that it's for my own good, but really you just want to be left alone. Fucking hate you. He hesitates. He knows he's gone too far, but in his rage, he can't bring himself to back down. Before you open your mouth, he storms up the stairs and slams his door. Well, oh well.
Probably check in before you go to bed.
Yeah, probably check in before you go to bed. You knock on Charlie's door, and when there's no answer, you quietly open it. Your son is under the duvet, sulking. He's determinedly facing the wall, but once it's clear you're not leaving until he talks to you, he sighs and turns to face you. He needs to learn to control his temper. He begrudgingly apologizes for his outburst, and both of you sleep much easier having cleared the air.
Interesting wallpaper.
Yeah, it's nice wallpaper. Very polka dotty. Oh, okay, we're going a little bit. We're just great at our job. We've been doing a great job.
Like a month?
Yeah. A tight Christmas. Oh no. Because we're broke ass poor.
Yeah, where's the money? Where's the money, Advance? When are you gonna...
Come on. Can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. Snow has settled on the grass outside. Kids are pulling a cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You did always have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the head of the table now. Your dad's place. It's been a tense afternoon. Everyone can feel it. It's the first time you've seen Chris since you cruised to part with your passport. You know, that thing that you totally should have done. Yeah, it's a big change for Sam. The two siblings used to be inseparable. Christmas is usually a nice time of year. Clatter of cutlery is all that can be heard as Chris stares pointedly at you.
Yeah, it's not saying anything.
Stay silent.
Let him say what he's gonna say.
Or do you want to talk to Grandma?
Nah, she's about to fall asleep. Let's just stay quiet.
Okay. Chris knocks back a fourth glass of wine, a little too violently. See, Sam? Can't even look at me in the eyes after what happened. Your daughter looks up confused. What do you mean?
I'm ready.
What happened? She asks quietly. You brace yourself.
It's so many of these fights.
Sam tries to interject. Let's not go into it for now. But Chris continues forcibly. No, I think she should hear it. Well, Susie, Alex here.
I think we go, thank you, Chris. That's enough.
Chris turns away from you, taking some frustration out on a cheap cut of roast chicken. Your daughter, Susie, seizes the opportunity to corner you. You know how you love me? You chuckle. This sounds familiar. I'm not gonna like it, am I? You joke. Susie rolls her eyes. You know, me and my friends are planning on going traveling this year, Susie begins innocently. Well, I was hoping you could help me with the money. She's interrupted by Chris, who makes a derisive snort. I wouldn't hold your breath, Suze. Not known for generosity, are you, Alex?
Let's ignore him.
Smile at your
Let
daughter.
him be the clear aggressor first. If he's gonna start shit, let him be the one who has to take credit for starting
Him be
shit.
the asshole. We'll see so many parts of the world and learn so much about other cultures, Susie gushes. You sigh and lower your voice. You know money is really tight now. Grandma's
Ooh,
staying here.
how old is Susie? Did they say?
I don't remember. I think in the teens? I think the 14-year-old
Okay.
is the younger of the two.
Okay, because if she's in the teens, like, you wouldn't be able to hide the fact that... Because you shouldn't be putting all your money stress on your kids.
Yeah.
But you also shouldn't lie to your kids, and there's a point where you just have to be honest. I think we just say, I'm sorry, we can't afford it.
Yeah, I wish we could afford it, but we can't. What? You promised, your daughter yells. She looks from the face of one parent to the other and opens her mouth to speak. Instead, she lets out a frustrated shriek and buries her head in her hands. Chris starts to applaud. Your Parent of the Year award goes to... Chris starts a sarcastic drum roll on the table. You look to Sam for support, but none is forthcoming. Pay no attention, Suze, Chris goes on. Alex has no time for their family, isn't that right? You can't bring yourself to speak. Pathetic. Chris puts an arm around Susie and escorts her out of the room. Sam follows without meeting your gaze.
Why is this guy touching our fucking child?
Everything about this is just like, guys, fuck you. Fuck all of you. Charlie excuses himself awkwardly as you start to clear the plates in silence. Have you had a nice birthday, Pat? Your mother chimes in cheerfully. Merry fucking Christmas.
The dialogue options always seem to be missing the actual good option.
Yeah. Of just calling Chris a piece of shit and kicking him out of your house. You're leafing through a pile of accumulated posts. Each new bill pulls on your gut like a lead weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing the teal Advance logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston resident, thank you for sending us your passports for approval. We can now confirm their receipt and validation for the new Asset and Wealth Redemption Scheme. Hopefully this will make the last month of arguments with Sam worth it. As such, it is our pleasure to enclose a check, which we hope you will see as a symbol not only of our gratitude to you, but of our unwavering commitment to creating a society free of inequality. The throbbing of your fresh, speed-induced paper cut is the only reason you can believe you're awake. A check.
But is it
Sizable.
a one-time payment, or is it recurring?
I'm assuming it's one time. Chris was right. Advance really are redistributing wealth. We're still broke as poor. You will continue to strive for the betterment of this nation and its people. Forwards, together, Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. The weight of your financial burdens lessens slightly. It's bliss.
Nine days.
A long weekend. Oh god, we're still going with story. Alright, I thought we would get a broadcast by now. Current wealth, holiday time. Okay.
Okay.
Why does the zip on this damn case never close? It's our anniversary. Every year, you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made with money. You've been looking forward to it for ages. Finally getting some time alone together, where you can forget about the noise of life. No kids, no work, just a bit of romance, some peace and quiet.
Hold on, after getting that check, were we not able to go, hey, I know we said we couldn't afford it, we have money now.
Yeah.
Hey, Susie, let's go on the trip.
Yeah.
Why does it immediately go to you?
I don't know. Apparently we manage finances and we're also kind of a piece of shit.
That's one thing that I can't stand is parents who have this self-sacrificing narrative, but in reality, they never sacrifice shit for their kids.
Yeah.
It's always their kids sacrificing for them.
Yeah. Good evening, Alex. This is Mr. Bozeman. I'm calling to inform you that we will be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Some information has come to light concerning the rising tension between our nation and foreign powers, and the National News team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, we will expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shock turns to annoyance and then fury. What are you going to tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs, brimming with excitement, kissing you, grabbing the car keys from the dish, and starting to load your bags into the back.
You know what? I think we got to apologize.
Yeah.
Also, I hate to say it, but has Sam really been doing much around the house? Has Sam been, helping, really?
Who knows?
Or have we?
I don't
no
really
know
idea
what Sam does.
Because we have a stable job with our news broadcast, like the nightly news broadcast. That's us.
Mm-hmm. And Sam's job is making us give up our passport.
Yeah, and Sam's job is making us feel bad about his brother being a piece of shit. Yep. Don't know why I bother, Alex. No, I really don't. Well, we're well off, so fucked a lot of them. Hopefully we get to keep the kids.
A lot of long spans of time.
Yeah. Your son Charlie hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the Advanced Go-Getters today. Forwards together.
Isn't that like Teen Cops or something?
Yeah. Doesn't sound like the youth club he told you about. Charlie grabs the flyer from you and thrusts a form into your hand. So I can walk there straight from school and Ben's sister can drop us home after. So you won't have to do anything.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like it, but our son really wants to do it. Like...
Alright, my standpoint on this, it hasn't really given us good opportunities to be the good dad, except for like the one time?
Yeah.
At the same time, though, I feel like the good dad doesn't let the kid join the fucking youth patriotic cheer corps, you know?
Yeah.
You don't send your kid to the camps.
Yeah.
And honestly, the family's already mad at me. I might as well have them be mad at me while I'm trying to help them.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know about it in this position. Like, I feel like my option would, if there was a third option here, my option would be try to talk down your son. But like, because it's just like, I don't want to flat out say no. If he shows that like 99% of them really fucking wants to do this, I'll fucking sign it. I would probably just sign it and like, but like, keep undermining them as we do it. Like, try and get him to leave a little bit, but he's in it. I don't know. I really don't know what I would do in this actual situation. So you think we should refuse?
I think we refuse.
Alright, let's refuse. Youth club too far, achievement unlocked. Sorry, mate, I just don't think this is the right place for you. You hand the form back gently. What? That's so
Wait.
unfair. Why?
And then the only option we have is the shittiest line from Parenting, which is you'll understand. You'll understand soon enough is such a cop-out because all it is I, as a parent, don't understand. I just want you to obey me.
Yeah, it is a cop-out. Yeah, pay 101, a free ticket. Oh, yeah! Alan James is right!
Come on.
Some guys at work gave them to me. They can't go. Sam stands in front of you, brandishing 2 tickets. You see the tickets and you see the title in bold. Alan James is right in front of you. I'm really unsure. What do you think? Shall we go? Free tickets are free tickets. He's a character. It'll be hilarious if nothing else.
No, this guy thinks the government is gonna indoctrinate our kids, and honestly, Sam seems suggestible.
Yeah, this guy's a nut job. I'm sorry to say, but I can't sit through any more of his crap. Sam bursts into fits of laughter. Thank God, I was worried you were going to say yes. You decide to stay in and eat pizza. Alan James isn't worth your time.
I feel like this is like any time that someone recommends you like a podcast or something, and it's like, no, it's great. This guy's like, he's not right all the time, but he's funny, and then you look and it's like, oh, and it's like...
He's wrong all the time, and dangerous.
It turns out, the things you don't agree with all the time are him saying that we should, like, rally people up and put them in camps and shoot them in the back of the head, and the stuff that you think is funny is when he yell loud.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they're turning the fucking frog skin. So it's one of the rare evenings and strangely, Charlie isn't back from school. You knock on his bedroom door to see if he snuck upstairs without you noticing. No answer. Push open the door to find a letter in his bed. Dear Charles, Thanks for returning your parental permission form. Sam Winston has given permission for you to join a positive and proactive team that is the Advanced Go-Getters. We look forward for you to attend. Unfucking believable.
No, I think at this point we lost that fight.
Yeah.
We need to accept it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I'm still gonna
How
try.
many
and
of these
undermine
days?
How many?
How
days?
many?
There's so many days.
I want to play the game.
I know. I want more funny news shit. After a particularly long day at work, you come home to find the post sorted into piles, as Sam has taken to doing recently. Most of it is the usual rubbish, but the letter with increasing familiar advanced logo and urgent, respond immediately, plastered on the front in a correspondingly large red font grabs your attention. Best get it over with. Oh god. Dear Winston resident, this letter is to inform you that the advanced government has taken another step forward in our fight for equality by nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among the citizens of this great country.
That's not...
Partnership Bonds program ensures that wealth created by the people is delivered to the people.
Alright. So, here's the thing, where they are nationalizing these corporations, but when they say redistributing their resources among the citizens of this great country, that's where the problem comes in, because it's all about how and why. You say you're nationalizing, that doesn't mean people have power, that means it is now a government agency that must be operated democratically like a government agency. If you are redistributing the resources, that is the dissolution of the company, or it is some kind of antitrust act that involves retaining the company assets, but splitting them. But even then, are you appointing a chairman? Is there some degree of voting power? Or is this just you going, we own this now?
Yep. Okay. So every household will become a partner in one of 3 carefully selected institutions chosen by the Advance for consistent high performance and financial security. Please note, all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following.
This is 100% state capitalism here, where all they're doing is they're going, we own this now. It is not changing. It's literally the exact same company. It's just that we're the owner and we take the return. That is not redistribution. That's just like becoming the boss.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
So, please, so we have to select one. Eye of the beholder, whether it's cosmetics, clothing, or couture, you can see the beauty in all of our customers. Neil Steals Limited, it's always a steal with Crazy Neil. Or, how is Crazy Neil fucking high performance and financially secure? Or Pleasure Corp. At Pleasure Corp, our business is your pleasure. From sport to travel, or even just some you time. You can't say pleasure without pleasure. So who do we support? Personally, I'm in for Crazy Neil because his deals are always a steal.
This puts us at a direct... Wait, how does this work if we're the people selecting the ads?
Exactly.
This is a direct financial... Fucking no. Okay. You know what? I have to take a piss.
Uh-huh.
Want to select this and have me be blind to it?
Okay. Go for it. Alright. I'm just gonna wait 5 seconds. Alright, I'm selecting Pleasure Corp. You'll have no idea. Thank you for making your selection. Please return this form using the envelope provided. You will receive a report from your partnership in 3 to 6 working months. Oh god. Seems even Advance can't defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. Okay. In the future of this nation is in partnership. Forwards, together, Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Oh my god. Okay, it's now a day 153. We have advanced forward 52 days. This is gonna go long.
Oh, now it's gameplay.
Yeah, now it's gameplay. So we have advanced forward 52 days after filling out that form.
Okay. What's this segment so I know what's going on? I probably need context.
I have no context so far.
Title?
Tempest.
Okay.
All right.
It's a shitstorm, baby.
Yep. All right. Where are we? Must be played. All right. Check power. Oh, right.
Public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two.
Check your prostate.
Tape labels carefully, but make sure you play
The Joy of Screws.
preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great
Hold on.
show.
The Joy of Screws. What are the other ones?
Crazy Neil.
Yeah. And then the bottom?
An elegant new skincare cream with a porky little twist.
We already played that one. Let's put
Sorry, are you saying you chose
the Joy of Screws and then check your prostate last.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna finish on the prostate. Got it.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight,
3.
in an exclusive
Sorry, A.
live interview, Prime Minister
It's looking
Yeah, I know.
screens
I
and
figured
change
it.
them.
I figured it out as you said it.
3 months of record-breaking
Because it just took me a second to go.
First move of a silent resistance movement. And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground.
That's
I
pretty
think
cool.
I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Bearing their opinions, the formerly
Oh,
rich
it's
are fighting
switched.
back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier
Let's
today
go
when this
A.
new protest group first presented themselves.
It might seem amusing to us, but clearly this formerly overprivileged section of our society is not adjusting well to the new future. It's often too easy to forget that not every citizen is thriving under advance.
Fallen angel, notorious addict Johnny Hansleeve seems to have reached a new
Johnny
low in his
Hansleeve, the guy with the
battle
workout.
booze, as this recent picture reveals.
Johnny's star certainly lacks its former glow these days, with public concern over his mental and physical health
B.
growing at an
Let's get it
alarming
up.
rate.
Since being banned from the national squad earlier this year after urinating on a referee during a friendly against East Grinchley, things seem to have gone from bad to worse for Hansleeves.
I want
This
that to
is
be a
one
real
celebrated
place.
role model about to become the bad boy of sport.
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Rimington's Fist CEO Sophia Rimington today announced a brand new product that already has the market
What's this gonna look
buzzing
like?
with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock
Flard
when it was
Master.
revealed earlier today.
Yeah,
So it's
Flard
critical
Master B.
spectacle that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
When only a Flard will do, you need the Flard Master 5000. That's the slogan accompanying the announcement that has rocked the construction industry this morning. The breakthrough device.
Yeah,
that
if we
opens
can't
an
trust you with
installation
children's
is sure to
children's
change the way
toys, we
we
can't
see
trust
the
you with
humble
building
Flard.
construction.
An
Yeah, no.
exclusive prime ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first
Exclusive
annual
interview
Sports
coming.
Board final.
Sports
You won't
board.
want to miss a second
I know
of
this one too.
tonight's National Nightly News.
Sports board is amazing. It is so good.
Oh, amplitude. Oh no, you're catching up. They seem really. Is there like a fly in there or something?
I
Did a
know,
bird
right?
get in?
I think something. I think it's leaking. I think that's what's the storyline going on in
First
this.
tonight,
Why don't we
after
open
Christmas
wide?
horror caused by
I
Mr.
don't know.
Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock. like so many of those affected by the
Ooh,
Christmas
this'll be
bloodbath,
sad.
has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy. Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties, might have been averted.
On behalf of the nightly news team,
that's
we're
great.
sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin.
Okay, so we have to watch the ads before they go live.
Robin?
Thank you, Megan. I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy. Thanks for spending time
Oh, there
with
he
us
is.
today.
That's
Yeah.
not anybody lucky with
He's having a bad time.
at all after what you lot did. Irresponsible. I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. It wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here.
You need to tell
I'll
me if
tread
he
carefully.
swears.
I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
And you be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I could smell him already. He smelled like love.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
That'll be the fur. Scented with hoof.
With
I was
hoof?
so
With
excited.
hoof.
I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. He was so soft and warm.
Ah.
Cat. Before he got in the
Fucking
way of Daddy's
interference.
Porsche.
Bloody cat had a death wish.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say?
The guy blames the cat.
He
Yeah.
blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be for just $89.99.
She's an ad?
And then it's a general error. 41.
And is that when he burst into
Look
flames?
careful.
And then he exploded.
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes. When I took him in at night, it glows through bandages. I know it's under there, staring at me.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And with his glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes, Robin.
And what's the last thing you remember before the darkness overtook you?
This is the worst field reporter.
This is so bad. She's fucking awful.
Laughed as he
Very
burned.
traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
All right, that's quite enough of
Timmy?
you two coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we
Why do we work for these people?
again?
I don't know. We need money, that's why.
Do you think your parents will ever really love you again? So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of an indescribable tragedy that has shaken our nation.
Thank you, Robin. Harrowing stuff.
And many questions to be answered by Sophia Remington in the coming days and months, I wager. How
I
was
just
she
love
to
their
respond
look
to
of
her
just
age?
sheer horror.
What's the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new Advance mark, which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look
3?
at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the
So basically,
the
advances
government
use this to
replaced
propel
their swift
themselves into
response,
power, saying they
implementing
need
a
more
set of
control
stringent
over the
checks on new
industry
products.
I guess.
in order
It's
to
good
like
know that
maintain
someone's watching out
standards.
for our families.
Let's make sure to get the wides
When we come
occasionally.
back,
True.
our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
I think I played it too early.
1 minute back. Oh, sorry, I'm bursting. Oh. She's
Long,
very
painful decline in your final
Megan.
years.
Yes,
Trapped.
yes.
Jesus fucking Christ, what's this for?
Women are coming.
I'm more worried about this water dipping onto my head.
Alex, Bolton, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board
final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
I disagree. There are
It's
people
time,
that
the end of your
probably
say.
definitely want to see Fanny on the news.
So this is definitely an ad for, like, Death Hole.
You want a death hole? Okay, they're advertising for death holes now.
That's what it
Good.
says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ooh, we should open on a wide.
It's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds. Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new
You
game
also
that's
don't call
gripping
them,
the nation.
like,
Sports
hospices or
Board.
retirement
That's
centers.
right,
They're
Megan, you joined me
transition
live here for the
centers.
final of the first annual Sports Board
Transition
Championship.
building.
It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say.
Alright, you're gonna have to tell me camera angles on this one, because there's so much going on.
First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced
Let's go.
of the two players
One.
today. Striker's
Oh,
got
he's
an accuracy of
just
7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature
Two.
move, the lanky hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending. It's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy.
Let's get
Just
one
waiting
for a
about
second.
Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part.
Three, yeah.
The slapping ceremony has started. Alright. Good,
Still
good.
going on. And, Striker, of course,
One.
first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin.
Two.
Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brain. Stupid.
Three.
Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time.
Let's go to two.
On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball.
Three.
Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shots number 3.
One.
All right. She's
Ready
gone to
for
sort
three.
of throwing under her legs. Not bad if you ask me. To Harris. Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now.
It's trouble when you don't actually know what the fuck is
Let's
going
go four.
on.
Move back. I'd say that's fair, but what do I know?
Let's hold it until he makes the shot.
Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really
Apparently you're not supposed to get it in the bucket.
We can only hope that round 2 treats you a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends.
They argue with the
Now
ref
we have the
section.
ceremonial changing of the ends. And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that
All right,
makes
let's go
sense.
three.
Striker giving it large.
Second round, we do play Harris.
Winter round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. Apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff.
Two.
She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arse. Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said,
Two.
we're going to get the situation resolved
Oh,
as soon as
nope,
possible.
four.
They're trying to carry on play, but it's pretty
One.
difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite an eyesore.
I guess we can.
Women's body, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can
Okay,
use
so back
we
into
can use the
round
wide
two now,
shot
and Harris absolutely
Yeah.
determined
in order to
qualify
like
for the
know
championship.
where they are, but never switch to 4 because they're definitely on 4.
You know, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever.
Let's get one for that look. And then back to two.
Harris.
Three.
And was that a fitted thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the Heats. What a brilliant move.
It's tough to know what the action is because three doesn't really.
Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. Technical mastering this play here. Absolutely blooming, jaw-dropping.
Let's go to four.
I've spotted something in Harris's neck or head.
Two.
And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, the boys said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves. 4 rounds and 7 substance. But now, of course, it's time for the
C3.
halftime show. Sponsored by Remington's Fist.
Let's go 4.
Nice piece of music here to start the halftime show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it.
Just doing the dance.
Here with his genitals on display.
Nope, I just switched straight to that camera.
And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there.
Okay, he's on red.
Himself in Harris's face.
He's going back to the pail. Getting close to... Oh, move to red. He's getting close to blue.
Hopefully he'll get taken out now.
Getting taken out. Blue.
Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning.
Ooh, nicely done.
Good transition, good transition.
3.
Hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Okay, and we're free. 1.
And a lovely
4.
there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that
They're
one.
in their final
and as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these 2 players' heads. But unfortunately, because of
Let's
size,
get 1.
we can't. Thank you.
2. 3.
Not bad.
4. Didn't think I would get to do that sequence, but...
Yeah. 1, 2, 3,
There, not a great
4.
start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around.
Shit, we're missing action.
Are we? Are we though?
Okay, 2.
I wouldn't give to be that ball. I'm all right, ladies.
Be ready for 3. When he does the...
Oh, dribble down his arm.
1.
It's not going in the bucket. Back to striker.
Be ready for after it leaves, but before it hits. On 3.
And striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course...
Woo! Ref's doing it.
Oh, he came in with the bell. Came in with the bell.
Okay, let's get 4 for the broad. The guy's talking.
Harris receives possession now. Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel.
This is the most just like nonsensical shit.
Here we go.
Okay, we'll be ready for...
Oh yeah, also you
after
want
it leaves
fresh,
the hand.
You want some fresh diet stank?
Diet stink, wow.
Not bad there.
Woo!
Quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact.
Get 3.
Referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh.
Oh shit, lost it. 4. See, the issue is there's latency from me to you too. And that affects the cut.
You hate to see it, don't you?
Oh, he's on the floor. He's swimming. What's she doing?
I think that's because he won.
Oh, they're in the middle.
Okay.
I mean, sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Okay. Yeah, they're moving.
The players trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters...
I'm glad they censored it for us.
Taken off soon, carry on with the match. Nonsense is going on here. Yes.
Go to 1.
Very good. Take them away.
Oh, you ready to go back to the middle one in a second?
Oh, jog on! It's an absolute bloody...
See, it's tough to know what the protesters are saying without the rhetoric, but it has the energy of, like, the real... Like, you know, did you see the protest that happened in the early pandemic where there were people just going, like, obey, obey, with, like, white masks and coveralls? Like, that kind of stuff, where it's just like, you know that if you just said what you believe, people would call you an idiot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Getting ready for the throw, the 1 to 3.
Sorry, what?
Let's try to catch it after it leaves the hand.
There's literally nothing in her hand. It's the mime round.
Oh.
And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg.
Let's try to do it as if it was there.
Now she did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Oh, get 2.
From striker. But she's in it to win it. On it, like a car bonnet. Tom Harris here, having a bit of beef.
So let's see. He's on the mime round. Let's get 3 as if it's going to be a shot.
And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he has any potassium or what's going on today with him. And he's throwing it. And the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris!
No! Terrible! Terrible!
Okay, go to 4.
How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump.
3.
We just have to wait for the referee now to announce
2.
it to make sure
We gotta get 2. Look at him, he looks fucking sad.
Contestants in, please.
Okay, definitely stay on 3. Definitely stay on 3.
And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is...
Do 4, do 4, do 4. And then get like some 1, 2, 3, 4. Spread the love around.
Here come the on-site security to collect their medals, their 6th and 7th respectively.
Oh god, we're losing power.
I have no idea what's going on.
Turn on the fan? I don't know.
And all I have to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon had an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best.
Let's get some 3 for
I
the
certainly wouldn't bet
mix.
against you.
For the
When
banter.
we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone struck me.
What?
Fucking microphone just struck me. Where's that sound guy?
Flooded screws. The drive screws.
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
The thing I love about the Joy of Screws is that, like, most industries have a magazine like that.
Might be a bit dangerous. Now I know you're tough and you can take the odd shock for the sake of a perfect news broadcast, but too many in quick succession can stop the old ticker. I'm sure you'll make the right decisions. Boozman out.
Okay, so we either kill ourselves or ruin the broadcast. Got it.
Okay.
So sorry about what
Oh, good. The censor bar.
Seem to have sprung a leak. Well,
With this
never,
guy.
actually.
With this fuck.
Oh, good.
We'll listen to it.
Excellent.
So good to see you again.
Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right. Peter Clement.
Megan Wolf.
But that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than
Oh, that's a fun handshake, yeah.
Here with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, Pet.
Pet. What a fucking line.
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine.
Have you had a little accident? 5, 4,
Okay.
3.
We need to
already
ruin
on
his
it.
fucking life.
Oh god, yes.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles.
Oh.
It doesn't
Ah.
seem very
Ah.
advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel
1.
about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint
4.
allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whinges.
People who get to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum
You know
used to
those
say,
whingers.
there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's tripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make and you're being surprisingly secretive about it.
Just randomly
Let me
start
ask
looking
you a question,
outside.
Megan.
Okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What
Really
scares you?
It's death. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that advanced
1.
cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yeah, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less
1.
painful. And
Get
much
the-
less
get the reaction.
Expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera?
Oh,
there?
sorry, yes, it's camera corner.
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. We were all frail and
I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit.
Let's get a little of 3.
And he said to me,
And then maybe go
Shocking.
via the wide.
It's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Ooh, go to her. He's about to say something horrible.
He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. We wouldn't even wait till half time.
That sounds.
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away, and he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't, or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see, and she didn't want to lose the children as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health
Be ready for the reaction shot. The horrible thing.
Yep.
Transition centers.
The transition centers will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical, and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important.
Go to 1.
This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they've run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their
Ooh, 1 again.
with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
Just giving me electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it's from my asshole.
Oh, we're still on the air, Peter.
Yes. Sorry. My apologies. Oh.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry.
I saw it coming.
Yeah.
A little bit of help here. Hey.
That the older generation might feel somewhat.
That one was massive. No, this bastard's coming off.
That the older generation might.
Wait,
feel
go 2. Get some of it.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of.
Get 1.
Prime Minister, please.
Get 1. Get 1.
Go get yourself sorted out.
As soon as I
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
How are they passing this?
And on that note,
I don't know.
Thank you so much for being here.
Like,
Jeremy.
they're aware that
Right, yes.
a government must pass an act, right?
Yeah, apparently. They need to do that a little bit more, probably.
We'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
Oh, we didn't get to see the prostate.
So they just.
Oh, look at it go.
I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's my nephew, so we transitioned, but otherwise not the leak.
Oh god. We did fucking amazing on that. Multiple holidays! Too little you can't afford. Oh, we're so wealthy. But, the companies don't like us. But everyone fucking loves us though, so that's great. Oh god. So Will, I think we end it there. That seems like a good one to end it on.
Yep.
But I am a little bit curious about sports board. While we sort of, what would you say your final thoughts are while we watch the sports board game back?
It's interesting the way that they put it together, because like there's elements of like Advance is almost portrayed as a mix between like they're slated as a fringe party, they have the PR and honestly the like, what's the best way of putting it? The habit of making a promise and then doing other things after you've been voted in that a lot of like center left governments have.
Yeah.
And they start with the like vague left but also could easily be far right rhetoric. And then they start doing like full on eugenics.
Yeah, it's like it's the slow descent into madness, but like sped up into a span of a year.
But it's why you gotta know like all your dog whistles, right? And all the like little twists and turns. Because when you start figuring out like why people say things, it starts to make it more obvious earlier on. Like, if they are not being specific about policy, it's not happening. It's never happening.
It's not.
If they make a broad promise and they don't have rollbacks and it doesn't happen almost immediately, then it's not happening.
Yeah.
And the big one also is you got to look at the questions that they dodge, because it tells you two things. It tells you the politician, like what the politician doesn't want to talk about, but also sometimes it tells you what the bias of the news network is, because sometimes you're watching something and it makes sense that you wouldn't want to answer these questions because they're diverting, they're bunk, and sometimes you can find out through the sequence of questions how deeply focused things are. Like, you... Because, I mean, the thing with cable news is that it's all pre-recorded, right?
Oh, yeah, it's all...
Not... And when it's not pre-recorded by segment, and it is live, it's usually rehearsed, you know, people have the teleprompters, all that stuff, and with interviews, you need prep time, especially because your guests need prep time, and, of course, the back end needs prep time, and they, you know, prepare the questions in advance and usually try to screen them. But, like, there are 100% meetings that go on behind the scenes selecting the questions to lead to specific answers, and the frustrating thing is, there isn't any news network that doesn't want to, like... more or less just quell doubt.
Yeah.
Like, either they are trying to create immense amounts of doubt to, like, fuzz up a party, or they are just not answering questions, they are avoiding the topic.
No, you've had your questions, and now...
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention at all during this section because I had like a thing that I had to look at, so I was just wondering what the heck is going on here. How he just like dives into the thing.
Your poster, your favourite poster, Timmy, are you okay?
So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of it.
Okay, sorry, continue.
It's interesting though, because I was expecting this not to be like new government comes in and then like starts quizzing you. Like, I was expecting there to be actual like, okay, and then this, like, you have this meeting and then the company like tells you this thing and this thing and this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, don't get me wrong, this was hilarious.
Yeah.
But like, it seems like there was a gap in the realities they were willing to entertain. You know what I mean? There was information they didn't want to give you. There were choices that they wanted to gray out.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
They want you to make choices blind with sweeping consequences, which you should do sometimes. It keeps things interesting, but that can't be the whole crux of it, right?
No, like it's definitely one of the games that is meant to be played sort of multiple times, choosing like how you want to support the government or what you want to do.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to be that hostile towards this game because it was fun, but at the same time, I'm not sure this game actually really understands why media bias happens. Like, it assumes that it's just one editor sitting in the back, and it's not like, you know, a group of 5 people who are like choosing when scheduling is and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. It would be nice to see sort of an expansion on this game, because obviously indie game, low budget, like doing what they can, making funny segments where they can to sort of like keep the people interested in everything else. I definitely would like to see that sort of expanded upon. And maybe in like an editing sort of way, like you get to sit there and actually choose how things are edited together.
The only real bias it lets you have is like there's a couple where it's like you can have this person be portrayed as reasonable, this person be portrayed as less reasonable.
Yeah.
But that didn't actually seem to have an effect in the slightest on the gameplay.
Yeah.
And you didn't really get feedback for your choices. The network never went and said, hey, like at best they would give you an object being like, we need you to play this because they told us to. But they never come in and go, we need you to stop doing this. You need to stop selecting this. For this, we need you to do this. Like,
yeah, and that's
in a news
very
network,
much...
they're going to come in and be like, we want you to make this person look a little bit better than this person. We want you to highlight this when this happens,
yeah,
right?
And I would definitely like that a lot more if we could focus on one person. Like, if the camera's focus actually mattered. Oh, by the way, here's the prostate thing. This is what I was going towards. Because, like, why not?
Of a day.
Oh my god, it's the guy who, like...
Large prostate gland. Your prostate is a small gland, about the size of a cherry tomato, located between your penis and your wee bag. If the prostate becomes enlarged, it can put pressure on the bladder. This can cause trouble starting to pee, and it can cause laundry-based trouble between you and your she-demon of an ex-wife.
Laundry-based
So what
trouble.
caused this big old prostate in your bum? Well, sorry, me and the doctors, we don't know. But I can tell you, as you get older,
What causes
your body changes.
organ?
What causes organ to happen?
If you're worried about...
Okay. That's just gonna keep going on.
What do you think?
I love it, and I definitely agree with what you say. It feels very much like it's our opinion, and I would love for this game to sort of expand upon a lot of it. I would love to be able to edit together these sequences that we record, or even if like if that certain percentage of who you focus on in a discussion, like there was that interview where we had that asshole who was shilling his book and the person who was trying to be like a reasonable debate on a news show.
You know what? Something just occurred to me. You know what the issue is?
What?
Which fundamentally misrepresents the problem with media bias and like political stuff. It's that it's not about the after, it's about the before. The after the election is like mild spin mostly to either like make things more or less palatable. But if the election had been 2/3 of the way through, I feel like this would have been a lot more powerful of a statement.
Yeah.
But then you would have to make it be branching paths, right?
Yeah, and they do
It
have
makes
branching
me-
paths. For instance, I watched someone play through Sports Ball. And clearly they hadn't run that ad for the kids' toy. Because the section prior to that was talking to the people who were naked, who were going to run around naked. It was literally talking to those people who were doing nude protests, and trying to hear their side of the story. But since the news network felt like they needed to recover from running that ad, that's what happened. We had that interview. So there is like branching paths and branching stories, and like sometimes you won't see a news segment because you chose to promote something else. But I would, exactly as you said, if this was before an election, I would love to be able to see and influence that and be threatened by both fucking sides.
because then you can highlight what it is Advance is saying and what the like opposition are, so that like preemptively you can make, because this one's kind of just like you didn't get a choice. You're just kind of like sitting in this situation, right?
Yeah. It would be nice if sort of the intro tutorial to the game was like a pre-election debate or something like that, where you can get both sides to see where they're coming from, and maybe something wacky happens during the debate just because you need to be able to hook people in through a tutorial. But
I think this was a fun game, but I think that for a fun game, you want to pick a different topic. For something like this, I think they should have really chewed on the idea a bit longer.
Yes, and for something like this, I would have loved to see if in the sequel to it. I mean, I'm playing this game off stream. I'm 100% playing this game off stream. I would love to see if in the sequel to this game, or something like that, there is a specific emphasis on how long you keep your camera focused on someone. Like
Mhm.
when we were in that debate with the two people, and we kept flicking back and forth between the two, I noticed that unconsciously I focused a lot more on keeping on the guy because I thought it was funnier. And I thought it would be very interesting if who you focused on ended up being how
Yeah.
the story sort of progressed.
Especially because like we were actively taking steps to try and like make Advance kind of look bad, and that didn't actually seem to have any effect on the story, like, at all.
Yeah. Like we
Unless it's something so broad that just if we don't do that, people quietly accept it. But like,
I don't think that's the case. I think it might come down to how many times we actually ran those ads, because we ran those
Yeah.
advance ads every single time.
well, I thought we were forced to, weren't we?
It says so, but I don't know if it's like you're gonna immediately die if you don't. I think you just lose loyalty with advance or whatever. So you have to sort of tread that line to not get fired by the studio.
It's also unclear if those are something like a political party or if it's the government. Because if it's something like, hey, the Advance Party is telling you to do this, then it's clear that it's like your station is not actually obligated, but like a government order means you're going to be fired and the station's going to be fined, right?
Yeah, basically.
But I also don't know if we got to the end.
Oh, we 100% have not gotten to the end. Like, there is no way that this is the end. If we go back, we can still continue and do more. I highly doubt that the game would be completable in 2 hours like that.
Well, then maybe our criticism are founded if we haven't seen the whole thing, but
Yeah.
like, if it's at the end of like a couple of hours of gameplay, then that's still kind of criticism,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it's the same as when someone criticizes the show being like, I didn't really like it. And it's like, well, did you watch the whole thing? It's like, no, because I didn't like it.
Yeah.
If you have to watch the whole thing for it to be good, it isn't good.
Yeah, like my main thing for watching a TV show is you give it 3 episodes, and if at the end of the 3 episodes it hasn't hooked you, or if by the end of the first episode you're like, no, and you're already turning it off, then like the rest of the show just won't be good for you.
Yeah.
And it's the
I
same
also-
with this. It had the first sort of 2-hour stream to sort of hook us into it, and I'm hooked. I enjoy playing it, and I'm going to keep playing it. But that is my feeling towards it, is that it could definitely have those improvements. And maybe those improvements are later on in the game. We're still like getting tutorial messages on how to do things. So
Yeah.
maybe that is later on in the game we'll get that. But as it stands right now, it's not there, and I hope that when they do the sequel to this, that's what they do.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to see.
Yep, we'll just have to see. And that's probably going to be it for stream today.
Yeah.
So
Good evening.
next stream is going to be Monday for Divinity, and that's going to be a lot of fun. What is the actual? Okay.
What a wild ride.
Then Tuesday is probably going to be some Pokemon Arceus, and that's going to be exciting. And then we have Blood Wine on Wednesday. Tuesday is going to be or Thursday is going to be probably Temtem or Arceus. I don't know yet. I'll have to talk to Xandril about it. And then
have to find out.
Friday, more Mass Effect. So yeah, we got a packed stream schedule coming at you.
Never enough.
So as always, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, take it easy.